Hello and welcome to the Critically Clueless. I'm the Monk, and today we are doing a little review for Warhammer Vermintide 2. Now I know what you're saying, hold on a minute, Monk, hasn't this game been out a while now? Well, of course it has, guys, but it is on Game Pass, and I am currently doing a Game Pass Spotlight Edition this year. As it's on Game Pass, I thought that would be a very good game to talk about, so let's get stuck into the review. Vermintide 2 is a first-person action dungeon crawler set in the Warhammer universe. It's been both published and developed by Fat Shark. It's on the PlayStation, the Xbox and the PC, and will currently set you back at around £10 depending on where or what you're actually buying it on. So what is Vermintide? Well, it is a dungeon crawler. You take control of one of 5 heroes. You level them up as you go. There are a set number of levels for you to kind of work your way through. It's 4-player co-op, which is really interesting. And basically you have to work together to defeat the boss or the level that you're currently on. There's also Horde Mode, and there's challenges, and there's actually quite a lot within this game to be fair. Every time you actually complete a level, you get rewarded with some kind of crate. Inside the crate you can get different types of levels. This is a looter shooter, maybe not so much a shooter, maybe more of a looter hack and slash. As you go through, you do pick up quite a lot of loot, and you can use that to kind of power your character up. And of course, the more powerful stuff, the more stuff you kind of like get access to within the game. The actual mechanics of the game work really well. The hack and slash, it feels very satisfying. You can do the old melee choice, range choice as well. That's also very satisfying as well. This game overall has been made very well. Everything, the way the game was designed to do, works great. You can behead little rats, and you come face to face with juggernauts of beasts that you have to kind of like pop down, work as a team, use your special abilities in this game. Every character that you choose, I said that there's 5 different playable characters. Well, there's also like 4 different versions of them, and I believe they're bringing out more versions of them characters as well. So you can kind of like level up the character that you've chosen, which is quite cool. So your time's not really wasted. You can level them up, unlock new versions. All the different versions have different special abilities, and of course you can whack on the same old weapons and amulets and trinkets to kind of like level up and power yourself up. But this is a real dungeon crawler. You can possibly kill over 500 rats and rodents and beasties within any given level. And you really do have to work as a team as well. It really doesn't matter how overpowered you are. You can find yourself getting into real trouble. You kind of have to manage your health with maybe your explosives, because you can pick up explosives and other potions, say quickness or strength. To help you kind of get through the level. And unfortunately, if you have a bad team and you don't necessarily work very well together, then maybe you're not going to complete this game, because it's one of those ones that at any given moment you could get taken out. There's these special there's a special enemy in it that if they get you from behind, that's it. There's no way to get out of it. You're dead, you're trapped, you're captured type of thing, unless one of your buddies actually comes back and helps you. And of course, if you do get downed within this game, you can revive yourself. Now, this bit on the screen right now, this is kind of your keep, your home. There's loads of things to actually explore here. This keep is actually massive. I think the first time that I jumped in it, I underestimated just how big this place was that you could actually explore. And there's little interesting points, interaction points as well. You can track your challenges, and as you do challenges, earn more chests and more loot boxes. Now, I know what you're saying. Loot boxes aren't necessarily my thing. I get that. However, I do feel that because of the game that this is a designed game. This is meant to be played like this. This isn't a RPG that's kind of like thrown in loot boxes to the side of it, and this isn't a competitive PvP type of online game either. You know, this is a co-op game. So I like the way that the loot boxes have kind of been put into this game. And I think it works really well. The leveling system within this game works quite well as well. I, as a pretty high level character, can jump in with a friend of mine who's just starting off, and I can help them get through levels, you know. It really doesn't matter too much what kind of level you are. You can kind of grind it out and relatively quickly catch up with everyone else. I think the beauty about this game is that there's no real learning curve. Now, I'm not saying this game doesn't have a certain number of mechanics in it. And I'm not saying that, you know, there isn't a difference between the classes on which you can choose. But ultimately, this is a casual hack and slash game. You know, you jump in with your friends and basically just have a blast. And I do mean that, because this game is 100 times better if you play it with a friend rather than on your own. Now, I've played this game on my own. I've played it with friends. It's enjoyable in both circumstances, but I do generally have a lot more fun if I'm playing with someone else as well. And as I did mention earlier, this game is currently on Game Pass. If you have never played a Warhammer game, this game may not be for you. This game may not be what you expect it to be as well, though. Personally, I haven't really played too many Warhammer games. I think any Warhammer game I generally play, I'm often disappointed with, unfortunately. This was one of the few that I've jumped into that I thoroughly enjoyed. It was a very fast-paced game, and for me, the tempo and the mechanics in this game just worked. I think, you know, slaughtering hundreds and hundreds of rats at a time was, well, just fun. Now, I'm not saying that this game is a perfect game. The graphics aren't necessarily the best, but they are perfectly workable. And sure enough, there isn't a deep and, you know, immersive story, you know, and stuff like that. But there is story elements. There is a story if you actually read all the information that's given to you and watch all the cutscenes. Then there is an actual story that you can follow and a reason for being here, you know. But for me, I thoroughly enjoyed this game. I'm going to give this game a 5 out of 10. I honestly do think that it's a worthwhile game. Something that I think that everyone should at least try once to decide if they like it or not. And if you own Game Pass, why not download it anyway? Give it a go. It's on my list. It's going to be on my top 10 lists of Game Pass games to play. That's kind of saying something, considering some of the pedigrees that are in that Game Pass list, or will be in that Game Pass list by the end of the year. But guys, I've been a monk. We've been a Critically Clueless. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. You can always follow us on Facebook or buy us a coffee. I'll put those links down in the description for you guys. Feel free to have a look. And of course, feel free to comment your thoughts on this video down below, and I'll do my very best to make sure that I get back to each and every one of you. And maybe you guys know of an awesome Game Pass game that I have not mentioned yet. If you do, again, you know what to do, and maybe I'll check that out too. Until then, I'll catch you next time.